Welcome, welcome, welcome back to my kitchen. Guys, I'm Erin Moore, founder of Success with More Nutrition, and today we are going to be cooking up some Cajun chops. So if you or the people in your household like a little kick, this is going to be one that you really love. My husband loves the little kick. I am not into super spicy, but this one does the trick. Low FODMAP, gluten-free. So if you are not blessed with having to be low FODMAP, you could actually add some garlic to this recipe too. Before I had to follow those guidelines, we would add a little bit of garlic powder. I will not be doing that today because I'm cooking for those of us that do have to follow that, but wanted to give that tip up front. So for those of you who don't know my story, I've gone from a tight size 17 down to a 2. I lost the weight, had babies, lost the weight again, had babies, lost the weight again. I guess not babies each time, but I've had the babies and I've lost the weight. So this is actually one of our original first recipes that we've been using now for 8 to 10 years as I've been on my healthy journey of weight loss and maintenance and all that good stuff. So this one's super simple. You're gonna love it. We're just putting some spices in. So if I've already gone ahead and put the paprika in, I was worried I didn't have enough for this video, so I wanted to make sure I had enough. And then we're gonna get some salt in here. And all I'm doing, guys, is using a container that I can kind of mix the spices together and have a flat surface because I'm gonna end up using this to go on the chops. Kind of, if you've ever breaded chicken, kind of that kind of thing, but we're doing it with seasonings and spices only. It does call for some red pepper. With the red pepper, if you want a little less of the kick, like I double most of the recipe, this one's running low, so I'll go ahead and put that in there. But so if you want it less spicy and you still want these Cajun chops, they're amazing. You could just do less of the red pepper and then take away a whole lot of the spice. I also like to add extra paprika, just unfortunately I ran out with this recipe. I really like extra paprika with this recipe. So it's kind of up to you and your taste and all that good stuff. But so we are going to be rocking and rolling here. And so then I just sift it up. So as you can see, I'm just using a little Tupperware container. Sometimes I'll get in there and just really, the sage doesn't want to mix in very well today. So just using this to mix it all up so that when I'm kind of using this as my, stuff over the meat, that it's all mixed up. I'm not getting like all the paprika on one and all the Cajun pepper on another. I mean, the cayenne pepper, that wouldn't be all that great. So then all we're doing is flipping it into the seasoning on each side. I already have a hot pan going, which I think is actually out of the view of the camera, but no problem. And so we're just getting it on each side. Sometimes I'll even go along on the outsides and make sure it gets all around, but since I have a little less paprika that I really want, I'm just making sure there's enough to go on each side. But again, just letting it go ahead and get on both sides, and then I'm putting it right down on just, I like the spray, less calories, but sometimes if you want to get in that extra healthy fats, go ahead and put a little bit of light oil or even a little bit of butter if that's something that you like to cook with, down on the pan while these cook up. So, and then it usually takes just about 8 minutes, about 4 or 5 minutes on each side to get them to cook all the way through on a medium-high heat. But I mean, so this is the whole deal right here. We just sifted up the seasonings, got it on our chops here, getting them on my pan. And then in about 8 minutes, I'll be able to come back to you guys and show you everything all cooked up. If you're new to cooking chops or new to just cooking in general, I mean, it really depends on how high you got it, your particular stove and all that good stuff. So the times, just, keep an eye on what's working for you and your stove and your pan. I actually did like a flat skillet this time. You can turn it and kind of check it out. So I'll just lean down here and chat with you. I just did the flat skillet. I usually do it in a big pan, but I knew I wanted to double up this recipe and make sure there were no issues as I was cooking and showing you guys. So like I said, these are amazing. These are something the kids probably aren't going to care for because they do have that extra kick. With low FODMAP, you can't do the cauliflower mashed potatoes, basically. But it's amazing with cauliflower mashed potatoes if you can make those. That's how I used to eat these all the time because I'd still get the amazing flavor. I mean, they're so good, but it would take away that bit of bite. And then, of course, I had some nice, healthy mashed potatoes. So just a suggestion for something that I've done, but I'll be back shortly and then we'll rock and roll and show you the finished product. Hey guys, so we're not completely done yet, but we're gonna just flip these over. I thought about that fact that, you know, I know not everybody is up and, you know, to speed on the cooking. I had to figure it all out on my own. So I wanted to just pop on and show you that once you kind of flip them, they are gonna have like a blackened crust around the outside, which is totally great. And so I just usually use a regular old kitchen fork to flip them over, and then, you know, they'll cook another 4 or 5 minutes. I'm not having the best time at my flip, but that is okay. So we will be back in just a minute. All right, guys, we are sizzling it up over here. Lots of spices. As you can imagine, this one can really get the room going as far as the flavor. I mean, it just smells so good in here. But it's also a lot of seasoning, so beware because it can kind of get your kiddos coughing a little bit from that cayenne pepper. But so we are good, guys. We're done. The chops are cooked. So now we're just pulling them right off. And I'm not serving these right now. You know me, I like to cook ahead. So I'm just getting them into this container. And I'll either refrigerate those or freeze them up. What I'm probably gonna do is we're gonna have some for dinner later tonight, and then we're gonna freeze the rest for another time to keep the variety going. So I hope you guys are able to enjoy this one. Just type in the comments below if you'd like me to shoot over the full recipe, and I'll get that right over to you. And I'd love to say hi. So if you're brand new to me, this is your first one watching, just put a 1 or put new in the comments, and I'd love to give you a shout out. If you're returning back to me and I've been trying some of the recipes, love to hear from you. So you guys have a beautiful and healthy day, and keep healthy simple. Bye guys.